Just
because look,
like I'm sure
you may play the cello, but you don't have back fucking pecs.
3 days ago, top comment. What the fuck?
how incredibly accurate work was because I had no idea what he said.
How are we supposed to be excited and start the podcast? Joining Nerds Declassified Anime Survival Guide. Today we're crying.
Oh, fuck. Hold on. Okay, welcome to Nerds Classified Anime Survival Guide. I'm Brooke Roberts, and I'm your host, and we just finished watching my heart fall into a million pieces, the episode.
It's always your
episode
favorite
10.
characters.
Mm-hmm.
It's always your favorite characters.
Oh my god. I just...
God. Bro, I haven't
fantastic.
felt this way since like watching like Game of Thrones.
It really cut deep. And
Yeah, dude.
it does a lot. It has a lot. It needed to do a lot for me to feel that way. And I was purely invested. I mean, you know, we talk about so much and we predict so much stuff on this show and, you know, throughout our lives that everything seems like we're like ahead of the game and nothing can surprise us. But when a show reels me back in to feel impactful moments like that, that's gonna stay with me. You know,
It's like
longer
even though
than
you knew, even though you know it's coming, it still hits really hard. I knew that. I was watching this episode. I was like, man, they are getting way too sentimental. Like they're just
they kind of were hitting the nail on the head this whole episode.
Titan and Lenny, how they met.
I think the only thing that could have made that worse is if they had like Titan just like bawling. You know what I mean?
It's extremely sad. That was extremely sad.
Wow, a lot to unpack.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, as you could tell by that intro there, so this episode really focused around Lenny, our boy, sexy Gandalf, and the title of this episode was Master and Pupil. So
R.I.P. Sweet Prince, gone too soon.
R.I.P. Yeah. So we kind of get a little bit of a backstory and like how Lenny is involved kind of within like our main character throughout it because
yeah, it explains that kind of like that tie that he had to Takt. You know, I was just under the impression that he was just a dude. You know, he was just a chill, sexy Gandalf looking dude. And
but no, he was his dad's like pupil / friend.
You think that Takt would have recognized him, right?
Well,
He was
I don't
like
think Takt ever met him. Like the whole master teacher relationship, or like student and teacher relationship that they had. Their friendship was like strictly like music, because I don't think he knew Takt really existed until he saw the picture of him.
And it still was just the takeaway for this episode is that they were basically edging us. You know, they were jerking us off just to the point where we were gonna find out what happened to his dad, but nah.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought they explained it pretty well. I mean, the Grand Maestro killed his dad. We didn't get a full story as to why he's doing this stuff, but I'm assuming it's something similar to what Schindler was saying.
But don't you think that's what Lenny knew, in a way? You know, that he was gonna spill his guts there.
Yeah. They meet up in the park, and then...
and we're back.
So we go to meet up into the park, so where Takt can figure out everything that happened with the Boston incident, and then just kind of everything that's going on as a whole, what the tuning fork sound is, and that's when we get interrupted by the Grand Maestro Sagan.
Yeah, he just shows up.
Sagan. He's
I mean,
like,
yeah.
hey, yeah, I would also like to know what actually happened. Like, do tell.
I wasn't
And, like-
expecting him to show up. I'll be honest. I
Neither
like,
was I.
you know, I wasn't. I didn't see him coming. Like, I could have seen like maybe like because during all this, there's still a tuning fork that's just dinging, and you can hear it throughout the episode. Ding ding.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're drawing these D2s. That's the crisis that's happening, you know?
Genuinely thought that ringing sound was just my tinnitus.
No.
Having him show up, I guess I don't know. I thought that maybe, you know, he would have held off a little more, but I guess with how valuable the information Lenny had, he's got to put a stop to it.
It literally led to them instantly getting into fighting,
Yep. Right away.
which was fucking incredible because Heaven and Hell, we got to see both of them in action.
Yeah.
They both roll up. It's like, hey, we have to stop him here before he even does more horrific things, you know?
Yeah.
And Takt's like, let's go. Let's stop him. Coolest transformation of yet. That, like, let's see what time that is. I got the 6:05 mark where he gets rid of his arm cassette. I mean, Destiny is ready. Fucking throws him the thing, and like immediately Hell takes off and just goes in for this fight. So it's like, hey, not only are we not going to be able to tell you what happened because the Grand Maestro interrupted, here's a cool fight scene to make it worth.
I honestly, I know it's like a small detail, but the way that he flipped his eyes before he lost his arm, like that, like, all right, let's go. That little moment where his eyes turned green, I was like, that got me excited. I was like, oh shit.
Those are scattered throughout the show. I have been all over that. Like just those these little details, guys. These little details just for our
wanna
audience
talk
out
about-
there. You know, like
Bro, you want to talk about the little details? The fact that Lenny was cooking pancakes on that episode. I think what was it, episode
we get
3
a back
when Takt
history
wakes
for
up?
the pancakes. There's
Bro.
pancake lore.
There's literally pancake lore. Like he made the promise to make the pancakes, and then he makes the fucking pancakes. That's
And he made
that's
the
how you know one of them was gonna die. Like
Yeah.
that's. Oh,
To
God, that's
clarify, he didn't make the pancakes in this episode. He made it in episode 3 after Takt
Yes.
wakes up, and it was kind of random at the time, but it makes sense. I mean, it's just everything in this show has been set up, payoff, set up, payoff. You know, just it rewards you for noticing. It rewards you for paying attention. You know, there is a reason for that to happen. You know, everything has a motivation behind it that the writer had an intention with, that he wanted to bring around later in the story. And it's just very, very clever writing.
I really am interested to see what the Grand Maestro wants with Takt, because you know, like,
Does he want anything with Takt? Because he was
But
about
he
to get
keeps
blown
reminding-
in the face, and not in the fun way.
but he keeps like coming back to this, like, oh, I can't wait to see what you're gonna do. I can't wait to see. Like, if he was gonna finish him off, he would have finished him right there.
Yeah.
You know, like there was nothing stopping Hell from just.
Well, actually, there was, because fucking Destiny blocked it, and then Heaven immediately comes for a like attack on Destiny, and boom, hitting with the
Yeah.
fucking leg kick.
I don't know. I feel like the Grand Maestro has like more plans for him, and I don't fully understand it, because as far as like a maestro goes, like, yes, he has some. She's like extremely powerful, but like it's kind of they're kind of a glass cannon pair, because he goes down so fast because she's feeding off his life force, you know.
Yeah.
So like I really want to know what the point of keeping him around is. Like, I don't fully get it. Or what is his interest?
That's the thing.
What's
That,
your fucking plan?
yeah, that's the thing. The whole episode that I
Tell
just
me.
wanted was like, what? Why? But why though? But why though? And I know with the way that this show is going, of course we're gonna get an explanation later on. But it's just hard. You don't know his motivations. You don't know anything about this dude besides that's the bad guy. Like, you know, he's the bad guy. You don't know why.
Fucking plan with these D2s, because like
What
in
is
the
his
flashback
deal?
that we got to see with so we got to see like a little bit of flashback with like we kind of covered with the pancakes and everything, Takt's father and Lenny, sexy Gandalf, Violet and stuff, their whole story. the shit happens at the Symphonica with the Boston incident where they with the tuning fork. We've seen Heaven and Hell now. The D2s came and killed fucking Takt's dad. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, but I want to just sit on that for a second because it was very sudden in the flashback from Lenny and Dad talking about what might happen by going on tour at a time like this. To instantly Lenny's waking up to like
the
under
sound
rubble,
of the fucking sound of pitchfork and then the rubble.
It purposely left out pieces of information that I really
I really thought, and this because we just watched Fire Force, I really thought that there was going to be another scene where like a building collapses on Lenny and he just like fucking stands through it and he's just like, you know what I'm talking about?
They did have that. They did have the classic giant attack, but the person just stands there and laughs or whatever. But they did have that in this episode.
The fight scene.
When Titan goes ballistic, literally goes ballistic, and she's just pulling shotguns out left and right, and then she has that, like,
okay. So
you're getting a little too ahead. We got to bring it back.
Listen, I'm just I can't. I want to talk.
I know. Trust me, so do I. I just got to cover this one point, and then we'll get there because. Listening right now, I know, like, if you're walking along, you want to talk about that fight scene too and go right.
You want to talk about that fight scene,
but I want to bring attention to one thing. It's like at 11:50, and when they're looking over the big droid town, it seems that there was this big, large, massive effort to put the D2s, like back. You know, they even mentioned we have most of them taken out. And now that they've gone back to a dormant state, and that's when he hears the tuning fork again, and it's just like, I want to know more about what the fuck happened with that battle, because like that's a destroyed ass fucking like city. So like, what happened there? And then the big thing too, like I want to like repoint that they said that they had taken care of most of the D2s, so it's like. What man, I need to know what this asshole Grand Maestro's plan is, you know. How
did they get to be dormant, you know? I guess you don't need to know everything, but I want to.
It's I wanted a cool detail that they threw out there that like I saw that and was like,
something happened before.
So like,
you know?
It's almost like the whole like kind of the original thought of how they hated music. It kind of seems like all not true, and like
with the addition
that
of this
they were winning
fork,
the fight against the D2s.
You
know,
why are they
so
coming
it's
back?
like interesting stuff. Just full detail that caught my eye, and like that I would just to like point out.
They could do like 3 seasons of this, just on
right.
You know what I mean?
Okay, but after we get the flashback, it goes right back into our fight.
Right into action.
Good shit,
dude. we get to see Hell and her ability used for the first time.
Hell? You mean Heaven?
Or Heaven. Sorry.
I was disappointed with Heaven. I'm not gonna lie. I thought that she was gonna be this.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, if she's the one that can control Hell's the one with the tuning fork. Or are they both?
They both. I think it doesn't matter who it is.
If she doesn't have a tuning fork, then her powers are like.
She is the Penguin.
She's got a magical umbrella. She's basically Mary Poppins. Like
she's Mary Poppins with bullets.
Yeah.
But she's Mary Poppins with a Glock.
Yeah.
No, dude, she had that revolver.
Apparently she. So little bit of logistics though. She pulls out at one point. She has to reload her ammo on her umbrella machine gun. But then she can just change it to a pistol and it's already loaded.
It seems like maybe she can put different barrel attachment on the like kind of like Destiny can change from sword gun. Yeah. Like she can change like through different types. Because even like the starting gun versus when she swapped mags, I'm pretty sure it's different. We kind of get to see Destiny and Takt pop off with the fucking range. And we got to see the mega cannon not once but twice. No,
but the second time was kind of limp dick.
The second, okay, yeah, you're right.
The second time was,
but the first one is what cooked Heaven's umbrella because it was so strong that it melted her ability.
Yeah,
like,
and then we got the classic.
All fucked up.
I'm fine
was
after a giant blast just hit me. Look.
I was getting big, like, what's that movie? Oh no! Oh, Kingsman. Like I was getting big Kingsman / like Tim Burton Batman vibes with the Penguin has the umbrella gun.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. Like I remember in one of our episodes we theorized that she was some. I thought she was gonna be some sort of like butterfly crazy music art, you know, like super powerful.
Yeah.
But
she seems to be more of like a support, defensive role. Type thing.
Yeah, a little bit.
Suppressive fire.
Which that kind of makes sense too, of like the heaven and hell, the super aggro versus the defensive, you know.
And they both are belonging to the Grand Maestro.
Yeah, it seems like they both are under control of the Maestro.
Oh, speaking of, well, I mean, does that mean that Takt is going to get to control Titan too? Or are we going to see a?
I was thinking that. But
I want that.
I know she's going to roll with Takt of her own free will.
Oh god, dude, Titan has so many fucking good lines in this too. She's just you get the first time that she meets Lenny in this. She's she's just got that like winning personality. And
you want to know what my favorite line was? When hell was like, no, when heaven was like, how long are you gonna last? And she just like looks at her with these bloody eyes, like literally blood dripping down her face. And she's like, as long as it takes.
As long as it
pulls
takes,
out
bitch.
extra fucking shotguns.
Pulls out another shotgun.
Like I was, bro.
Well,
Apparently-
fuck, man.
Apparently,
we
the
gotta-
better the music, the more the shotgun.
Well, what
Like, she was
happens
like-
is, oh, go ahead.
Bro, you know the writers were in that room being like, hey, you know what's better than 2 shotguns? 8
4
fucking shotguns.
When the fight is well done as always, but clearly Destiny and Titan are not cutting it. They're giving it a good shot, but they're not doing any damage.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Lenny was holding back.
They were doing damage because we saw the hyper rifle from Destiny.
Yeah.
That melted the umbrella, changed Heaven's weapon into like a revolver of some sort. But then on the second blast, that's when Takt reaches his limit of giving the thing. We lose the ability between Destiny and Takt, and then Destiny gets fucking kicked across the fucking goddamn field, which is pretty lit.
Yeah,
in human form.
She kind of like crumples over, so you can kind of see that it affects her too, how much damage Takt is taking, and I think like half of his body is covered by the red stuff by this point.
Which really just makes me even more confused is why the Maestro is so interested in this kid. Like it's just like,
okay, so then
he's good.
If he's like, so interested in Takt, then why the fuck did he have his music art pull out a gat and just just shoot him? Because that bullet was not intended for Lenny.
No,
I don't know. Maybe because he's fucking crazy.
Right,
he has no motivations. He is chaos.
We're dealing with like the Heath Ledger Joker type. This just doesn't make any fucking sense.
Anarchy.
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
Some men just want to watch no music.
No music for you. No music for anybody. But
no dancing.
No dancing.
Joey, I know you don't want to admit it, but we have to bring it up, and I know you've been stalling for it, but that bullet hits Lenny, hits him in the back.
Fuck,
Our
sexy
boy,
Gandalf takes it with a fucking smile, dude.
Oh god.
Curl over in pain, decides, you know what? Now it's our time to shine. It tells Titan, hey, we gonna fucking let the performance begin, you know. We see Titan lose her bow ties.
Boom.
Fucking Superman mode.
Boom.
Which, holy fuck.
I told you. I fucking told you. I forgot what episode, but I brought it up. I was like, watch, these guys are going to have another form. I said it, and it happened. It was incredible.
She waved her hair back and forth. And
coolest
with
fucking
lots of shotguns.
transformation.
Yeah, dude, no, it was really cool. I love the idea of her going Super Saiyan, especially, you know, when the situation being so dire with Lenny definitely not going to be able to live through, like, she shoots him like 5 times or something like that. And Titan is hurt too, so you see
she has
that
a fucking hole in the side of her.
music arts bleed.
That they do.
That they do.
But yeah, she pulls out. That's when like we find out she's got more than one shotgun. Cool fucking speed. Cool shit. Turns into the fucking hyper beam with the multi shotgun where you guys mentioned earlier, where it's like, you know, how long can you do this? And she's like, however long it takes, and fucking shoots the coolest hyper beam we've seen yet in the show.
Oh man.
Multicolor, massive. We see that Heaven takes the shot. She pushes hell out of the way.
Yeah.
While it's coming. So that was a cool like sacrificial thing.
Yeah.
Don't know what the fuck happened to her. I think she's just like destroyed.
She got blasted, dude. I mean, she was getting carried off by hell after after the dust had settled, I guess. You know, for no reason. He could have just killed them both, I guess, but he just walked away. He just wanted to see. He wanted to see the show.
Lenny, Lenny.
Lenny was a liability. Sexy Gandalf was a liability.
Also, like at the end of the episode, you can kind of hear that like authorities are coming, and so at this point, maybe he left because there was going to be witnesses, and he was like, this is a really bad look if the head of the Symphonica is out here murking people, you know.
This is a bad look.
Yo,
this is a PR fucking nightmare. We're in Central Park.
You don't get to that position of power without having a good PR team.
Yeah, exactly. And the PR team was calling him the whole time, just being like, look, you gotta wrap this up, man. The fucking cops are on the way.
His hand there was like, Jesus Christ.
Just Jesus Christ, bury the fucking hooker. Take care of it.
We're gonna call it a training accident, and just leave. Just don't get any pictures taken.
Look, we're just gonna say that the gun was filled. You thought it was filled with blanks, and
oh yes, the Alec Baldwin approach.
Oh man, we getting real here on the pod. Not even fucking sexy Gandalf.
No, sexy Gandalf was definitely not safe. He was gonna die, right? Like we had that going into it, but the moment they whacked him, you know, and he gets his whole death scene, and they portray it in this just fantastic and beautiful way of him transitioning over to whatever is beyond
the afterlife.
Yeah, he's
playing with Takt.
Yeah, and he's discussing that before, and he's discussing how they're gonna play together in the future, and then turns into a metaphorical representation of Takt and Lenny playing together and enjoying each other's company, being each other's harmony, you know. And you hear that music and that like classical orchestra with Lenny's instrument, which is apparently a cello. I didn't know that until this episode.
I don't know what I expected, but I don't think I would have guessed cello.
I know, yeah. It's like it forgot to show anything about what his like instrument is. So at the beginning, it just showed him in the flashback. He's like, it just randomly showed like a cello next to him. I was just like, oh, okay.
Like I could have seen piano or saxophone, but not quite
the cello.
Not the cello.
Not the cello. I think the saxophone would have ruined the classical theme that they're going for with the
like a violin, maybe.
Yeah. You know. Yeah, like a violin. I feel like a violin or maybe a flute.
A flute?
You know, for any cello players out there, I mean, you know why we're saying this. just accept
because look,
it. Like I'm sure
you may play the cello, but you don't have back fucking pecs. No. Only
you'll
flute
never look
players
as
have
good
back
as him
pecs.
playing the cello. Just accept it. It'll be great for college. You'll never use it again.
Rest in peace, sweet prince.
Yeah, rest in peace, you man beetle.
All right, guys, I'm not even gonna fucking ask you what your prediction is because I'm just ready to watch the next episode. Because like, what the fuck is gonna happen now?
Yeah, we get the send off, and then he walks away with Takt's dad into the light, and that is the end of Sexy Gandalf. So yeah, and meanwhile, ding ding, it's just ringing, right? It's still ringing. Whatever's coming next, my prediction is that it's a full-on invasion of New York.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a pretty epic battle. Considering the next episode is called Preparing for Battle, I'm guessing there's going to be a battle.
At least in the next episode or two.
So that's my prediction at all. I'm just excited to get to the next one. This was a very heartfelt, emotional episode. One last thing that I noticed, and it was just an attention to detail, is when he is passing away and Titan is over him, kind of like the Spider-Man scene, but they're not kissing. And because that would be weird, but she's like over him, and then it goes to his point of view, and she's upside down, and the tears are coming down at you, and then they land on his cheek.
These tears don't fall.
I think okay, so I do have a prediction actually. I think that the music cart that didn't have Maestro, the one from that train episode, I can't remember her name.
Oh yeah, what's her face? I forgot about her.
I think there's gonna be a trio going on here of Titan and what's her name? What's the train? What's her name?
And they're all sucking off Takt.
Valkyrie?
Yeah, I think
Valkyrie.
I think that's right.
Something like that.
So Titan, Valkyrie. Why am I spacing the name? Destiny. I think that they're gonna triple team.
Can Takt even take
Heaven
that though?
and hell.
Can he even take getting sucked off from 3 chicks?
Jesus Christ, Rick.
And to the next episode! We'll see you in episode 11!
We just stopped watching DXD before these fucking recordings. It gets Rook feeling some type of way.
Bye bye.
お前が怪人になれよ。お前が怪人になれよ。
怪人役が嫌なんじゃない。
Alright, well, I have no idea what the fuck just happened for that last 20 minutes. I have no idea about any of it.
Well, can confirm Grand Maestro just in chaos.
Like okay, you go, you murder Sexy Gandalf, you instantly go back to your giant lab that you've been employing people at, scientists for research and all sorts of shit and other music arts and all that, and you poke a giant purple dildo, and then you die?
Well, okay, let's be real.
Well, we don't know if he's dead yet.
Okay.
You ram your fucking hand through a spike, which is kind of like he crucified himself and
But
heaven
not
and hell,
though, 'cause
maybe.
he just
Like
put
I
one
kind of
hand
made that
through it.
connection.
No,
Dude,
not making
impale-
that connection.
maybe not. Maybe I'm fucking
No,
stupid.
he
I
impaled
don't
his
know.
hand, in just one hand. He was just like, yeah. He just tried to
But
high
the
five
rest
Spike.
of his body and the rest of the fucking Symphonica also got impaled by fucking Spike.
Yeah. he
And
was
just
just
started-
going for an up high, and the Spike just kind of.
That was a down low, Rook. Come on, get it
was a
together.
down low. Right through the palm.
There was one too many too slows, and this time he got it, but he stabbed himself in the head to do it.
So that's how the episode opens. We also find out that, like, in an attempt to save Takt and Destiny, they were gonna get frozen.
Yeah, Lottie's plan is to freeze them until she can find a cure. She's gonna become Mr.
Bro.
Freeze from Batman.
They were gonna Dr. Evil him. They're gonna shoot him into space until he could come back.
Yes. But what's weird is that Anna's just like, yep, I'm down with that, Wheels. No problem.
You need any help? You let me know.
You just, yeah, let me get in there. And shit goes down like we predicted. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna give a ding. Ready? I said that shit was gonna go down, and there it is.
And there it is.
Also, I called that team up.
Oh yeah. Joey, you get a ding too. Ready? There it is.
Joey's like, I just want all the dings.
Oh,
Yeah. So we get to see.
Bing
So
bong.
it's not. It's not a Valkyrie. It's Valkyrie, and she ends up saving Anna and Lodi, which is pretty cool because I thought she was a pretty cool character. Like when we got to see her on the train earlier.
Yeah.
And at the same time, while that's going down, Takt is fucking pushing everything on the verge of like his limits there, because after a single fight, he passes out after they were clearing that tunnel. where fucking during the fighting, Destiny and Titan were just having girl talk about their date.
Yeah, I love that. I love that little relationship between the girls. They're just chatting. Oh, you went where? What kind of ice cream did you get? Oh, popcorn. Like,
Pancakes, yummy.
yeah, right. They're just chatting. Pow, pow.
Meanwhile, they're fucking just absolutely murking these things.
And to be clear, it's not like they can't. It had nothing to do with the tuning fork in the end. He just fucking impaled his hand onto purple crystal thing multiplied
The
into many
D2
of
crystal.
them. Yeah.
Which, yes, the way, okay, maybe I'm wrong on this too. I've been wrong before, t-shirts in the fucking link below and whatnot. I believe it was the D2 crystals. So perhaps this character that we'll be talking about in a second here is controlling everything. I don't know.
Maybe
I think, okay, so like I might be, taking a long shot here.
that's what we
But
do
it
here.
looked like, yeah, okay, so it looked like the crystals were reacting to him as he was doing his like conductor stuff, right?
Yeah.
Did anyone else pick up on that?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think there's like a hive mind thing going on here where he's trying to like take over all the D2s. And so like he impaled himself on it to try and like in a weird way like fuse his DNA onto these crystals and like take over the hive mind of D2s.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, he has a dot on his forehead. Maybe that has something to do with it.
I think that's just a mole, but okay.
Well, we did get to see more music cards pop off, which was kind of cool.
Yeah, that was sweet. I like that red one that looked like a circus conductor.
Yeah, no, she was
That
like
was
a
just
marching band
throwing-
conductor, like a flag, like a flagger or whatever. But like she has like a flamethrower.
Yeah, that was pretty dope.
That was kind of cool. Yeah.
We got to see the sniper bitch.
Oh yeah, there was a.
Oh, and what's her
Then
face
my
from Street
favorite at
Fighter?
532, the like mint green haired one with the claw.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
that's
was
what I was
pretty
just
cool.
thinking.
That one, that cool character. I would love to see more of if we get a chance.
Yeah. And Joey, you came up with a prediction right then and there that Takt was going to eventually be able to control all of the music arts, but it
I
didn't
don't know.
turn out to be, based on his interaction with Destiny, Titan, and Wolkery. It's not like they're tied to him or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah,
They're just
well,
chilling.
I think of it like this whole thing is built around the idea of an orchestra, right?
Yeah.
So like if he's a musician and Titan and Destiny are just musical tools, in theory he could be the Grand Maestro and take over all of the, even if it's not necessarily like that connection where he just has to think, but if he could just be like, hey, you do this, you do that, you this, you that.
That's exactly what he did in combat.
What?
But I'm thinking like on a
What?
big scale, like he's going to be like his dad, where his dad was running a full orchestra, but the orchestra is going to be the music arts
I
here.
like it.
Here's kind of my prediction, and I may be early to be doing predictions, but I think all of the music arts might use, kind of like how you're saying, Joey, with the Grand Maestro thing, all the music arts might sacrifice some of their life force to bind with Takt, who is also able to like harness and like use like the music art abilities and stamina and all that shit, So like
Bro.
perhaps that's how we get to fucking keep Takt around if like,
Are they about to steal a DBZ spirit bomb?
No, I don't think so. I think it's more of like
are they all gonna put their hands
They're all
up
gonna put
and
their
then
hands up.
and Destiny's just gonna launch this massive spirit bomb at the big D2? Is that what's about to happen? I really hope.
I don't think so. I think
that's not really
gotta
where
pull
I was
something
going
out of
with
their
it.
ass, though, because Takt is already fucking falling over.
Mm-hmm.
Barely able to stand. And after we do get a pretty cool conducted fight, like you were talking about, Joey, once Anna and Lodi are kind of out of peril, they, the giant cephalopod comes down and he starts conducting him. Titan, go this way, run that way. Walkery, press the attack.
Press the
Destiny,
attack.
pick my nose. Hannah, scratch my ass. Oh wait, I can't control you.
She'd do it.
She'd do it. She'd do it.
I just love if you 1537. Just that image right there of how useless Wally is as a character after like
Bro,
She kills
she
like
literally 30 of them by herself while protecting 2 other people.
dude, I'm sorry. Look at her passed out on the floor, no weapon. Like it sucks because she's a really cool character, but man, is she
And she
useless.
didn't pass out. She got knocked out by Titan.
She
Oh,
does
yeah,
look
this
fucking
is true.
ridiculous right there though.
Like she took a fucking shotgun to
She's
the back of the
fucking
head
out, though.
and got knocked out.
Like
Okay, I did forget about that part. I guess you're right,
did
but just
get
that.
Look how
Damn,
look
dude,
how
she's
fucking useless she is. She
she's
can't even take a
faced the
shotgun to the
floor.
face. Like what?
Yeah,
It was
she-
actually to the back of the head, but
back of
okay,
the
yeah,
head
you're right.
with the butt of the gun. Titan's just ruthless. Wait, was this uncalled for?
Absolutely, it was uncalled for.
She calls him an outsider.
All she was doing was
What are you
pointing
even
out the
doing?
obvious, and Titan's just like,
No, it's what she is she was getting all like, work for the Symphonica, I'm in charge here and stuff. And then it was like, you don't know
Titan's
what's
just like,
going on
"Whoops,
here.
I slipped.
You need to shut up.
she literally said, "Shh, shh, go to sleep, go to sleep."
She said, sorry, Walker Retan, but shut up for a second. All right, so it goes on, and Takt goes on his final resolve of like, hey, like Titan, you need to like get my sister, or like Destiny's sister Anna, Walkery, the Lodi out of here. Me and Destiny are kind of gonna go end this, because like in order to like achieve our goal of letting music, come back and people to enjoy music, like we need to end this here, And she's like, but look at your condition, like, aren't you aware? And he's like, of course I'm aware, but like it's got to happen here,
But like,
this
wait,
madness.
while I make this speech about how everyone is my music and my music must belong and blah 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 blah, and Joey stopped paying attention at this point. All
Yeah.
I heard was a loud yawn, blah blah blah, and that's why I'm going to fight. Joey's back.
No, we all know why Joey came back, and it was that smooth kiss scene.
Bro, I just want you to know how incredibly accurate Brooke was, because I have no idea what he said. Between, literally no idea what he said. I
started it,
completely
and
spaced
Joey
out.
was just like, about what color is my
That was-
wall again?
Bro, I was playing with a paperclip. And then he said, let's fight, and I was back in it.
All right.
I'm sure it was great. I'm sure it was motivational, but
It seemed kind of lazy, honestly. I couldn't pay attention.
Dude, it's his
wasn't-
final resolve, man. It's the
He's
thing
like-
we got to keep in mind, and I don't know if you know this yet, but like next episode might very well be the last episode, So like it's coming to an end here, boys, I think.
There's
Say-
literally
I really-
a moment where Anna
yeah.
says, I don't even know what's happening. I don't even know why I kissed you. I know nothing. Everything's confusing. And she just like
I
acknowledges
kiss you
that.
because it's a good plot point. Now keep going.
Now go.
I don't know. We'll see in this next
what
episode.
What is even going on? Like, what is happening? And then
So we get the kiss scene. It ends up with Destiny and Takt walking down the tunnel. Takt's not saying anything. Destiny's like,
dead.
"Hey, did you lose your strength to talk?" And he's like, "What do you mean? Like, come on." She's like, "I know why you didn't. I know why you're not talking. You embarrassed."
she was
So
totally
classic.
ripping him, dude. It was great.
You like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward?
Yeah, she was ripping the shit out of him, dude. It was so funny, and he didn't even pick up on it at first.
You know what? It's cool because it's a classic. It's cool that we got to see, like, even though like half of his body is now permanently stained red, he's running on the last bit of life force. We still get to see that classic Takt Destiny banter that, like, honestly, I've loved throughout the series.
Yeah, I have really liked their relationship as friends. And when
It helps humanize them.
I like the direction that it's going, that Anna just randomly turns into a love interest. It just takes the attention away. I felt like it was a little bit cheesy when Takt started dating Destiny, the body thief of the girl
body
he
thief.
liked.
I also thought that was kind of weird. And I was going to ask you guys, like,
really? I like that, dude. I thought it was cool that, like,
why do you think it's cool?
That's like basically necrophilia. Like, it's
Kinda, right? It's kind of so wrong. It's like,
I mean,
it's like
I
if
guess
your
it's
wife
just it was a
died
spirit swap.
and then she came back as a zombie, but
She's not a zombie. She's still a living
not a
thing.
zombie. Okay.
So that's the only difference
No,
between
your
that. She's
wife
still a
gets
living thing.
possessed by a guy named James. And then you start dating James.
What?
what?
What do you want about?
You take James out to dinner.
I don't know who James is.
I'm so lost.
James is the guy who possessed my wife. Look, let's move on.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, look.
No,
I mean,
okay, you know what
everybody
this
who's
is?
listening to this
This
right
is
now
like
to tell me if this is morally right or not. Can you bang out your SO if she gets possessed by someone else? Answer in the comments.
It's no. It is morally wrong.
It's a debate.
Dude, I don't know.
Most likely no.
I'm fine with it. I was happy with the relationship. I think you're looking a little too much into like Rook did with the whole shark and tank thing.
Don't get me started on the fucking sharks, dude. There was a hammerhead shark looking D2 in this one, and a guy instantly got reminded of the show's lack of understanding of what sharks are.
But before we get stuck in this for another 5 minutes, moving on.
So
Sorry, Rook, I didn't mean to bring up.
And we get to the final boss battle, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Or the boss battle room.
It can't be
Hell and heaven come walking out, and they're like, "Hey, what's up?" And Destiny was like, "If you oppose us, like, I'm gonna fuck you up." And Hell was like, "You hear that, Heaven?" Who I thought was fucking dead because she's still carrying her like a day later.
Yeah, she's just carrying her like she's literally like laying back like she's just lost consciousness for all that time. So we know that Titan kind of whooped her ass.
Yeah. So like you hear that, she's like, "Yeah," and she smirks. She pulls out the tuning fork, extends it, kills both of them. They turn into a puddle of muck, and then turret pods come out and fucks up all the D2s in the room.
Yep.
That is what happened. I think.
I think that's what happened there. So a little confusing, but then out comes this mystical, and like I think that's a good way to describe it, like a mystical looking chick named
Orpheus,
who kind of resembles more of a D2 than a human, maybe like a humanoid D2 looking dick.
Oh my god, wait. Are D2s and music arts the same thing?
I'm not gonna lie, I had that thought a while back.
Like,
but I don't know. I kind of got this like
arts who didn't find a body or whatever.
I don't know. I kind of got this like galactic like baddie vibe from her. You know what I mean? Like she was like
galactic baddie vibe.
Color inside of her hair. That's pretty dope.
Like an interdimensional space creature vibe is what I got.
Which brings me back to what I said earlier for this, where it's like I think she's kind of leading the whole thing. She was manipulating Sagan, who was just in it for the chaos. And she's kind of who I believe is probably the D2's queen, if that were to make sense. If you think about like them as insects, to where she is now trying to populate this planet type thing.
Yeah, and she and Sagan for whatever reason was working with her. Somehow
I think Sagan just a pawn. I think Sagan was manipulation.
I didn't get that vibe. I do think that Sagan was corrupted.
I mean, apparently they were hanging out in a crystal There's a lot of questions.
Yeah, it's honestly, I think it's all about to get answered in this
I'm
fucking
worried.
episode. And
I'm worried we're
holy
not going to
shit.
get the answers to everything. I'm worried that they're going to
Yeah,
just.
me too. I'm worried.
Think
it's
we
just gonna
are-
be a giant fight.
I think we're going to get a kick-ass fight, and it's going to be a good ending. But I think we're going to be left with a lot of unanswered questions.
Why the turrets? If she's the queen of D2s,
Yeah. Why would she destroy all those D2s if she was the queen
Is
D2?
she
Like,
the
why
one
would
that
she not just be
controls
like,
the turrets?
get 'em?
Because she
The
wants to
turrets
be
there.
left alone.
were the turrets part of like part of the system already? It was already just planned that turrets were going to show up, but only
I don't know.
somebody turns himself to ooze in the room. It's got an ooze activator. If ooze
I don't
enters
think so.
in the vicinity, all of a sudden turrets come up and just fucking shoot everything in the room.
I think
No
it was just a
ooze!
thing to clear the room of D2s. No, I'm sure we'll
Oh my
figure
god.
out the
Is the
ooze.
main villain Ivan Ooze?
Oh my god. Oh
Which is-
my.
All right, well, I need to know. I need to know. I say we get going.
All right, let's
We
go
meet
to the next
Orpheus.
episode.
We're
We'll
about
see
to
you-
fucking fight. Let's get it.
We'll see you in episode 12. I can't hold Max back anymore. He's pulling the leash forward too hard, like a pit bull who sees a small chihuahua. Max is pulling me into the next episode. And I will
Small
see-
Chihuahua.
なんで止めないの
okay. All right.
Is there gonna be more?
I don't know. I feel like that should have ended like 4 or 5 minutes ago. And that should have been it. I think they just left it open, right? It's not.
Yeah.
It'd be dumb not to, right?
Yeah, I think they left it open so that way they could come back to it if they wanted to.
Yeah, it's just like they could, but also that's a good enough. I wish.
3 days ago, top comment. What the fuck? Oh man. Yeah, no shit, dude.
Yeah, okay. So if you didn't, you should watch the end bit because there's like a little Marvel thing they do, I guess, but it doesn't make any sense. So I feel like that could have ended 3 minutes ago. In my head, it's my headcanon now that it did. That stuff at the end was made by a different director. I don't know.
That stuff made by the end. The only thing I think is maybe it was just like an homage because she had like. Okay, so I guess we're kind of gonna go
right into the end scene. Right up down. We're gonna start up with the very last scene of the entire show. So to date, this is episode 12, Takt Destiny. Oh, it starts. Okay, so this episode starts off with the OP. So you know it's gonna be lit. We don't need no intro scene. It just needs to get right into the action.
Yes. We get to see the dope fight with Orpheus, who is just a combination of hell and heaven. No super D2 god or anything there, just a normal music heart. I was wrong. It's okay.
Yep. It's just the music cart. Apparently they can do that. Apparently if you put a fork through two music carts, they just turn into the same one and they get super powerful. It's like the fusion fucking dance in Dragon Ball. But you do.
Yeah, dude, Gogeta. It all goes back to Gogeta.
I mean,
And Orphan.
she was definitely not an outer being from space. So
But it turns out that they were in fact her missiles with two like dual floating fucking heavy artillery things that she used
Heavy
to fight with.
artillery
So that was fucking dupe.
Fucking artillery harps.
Artillery harps.
dude, that was
Yes.
dope as fuck.
We got a little flashback like in the middle of all that fighting too of like I guess kind of why the Grand Maestro is doing what he's doing.
Yeah, that happens. I mean, we have a pretty damn good fight to begin with, though. They're definitely popping off, and Takt does not look like he's getting tired at all. And he fucking pulls off a roundhouse kick?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he did.
That was fucking dope. Roundhouse kick is a distraction, and then she's like, "Gotcha,
Then
bitch."
she pops down. Hi.
Mm-hmm.
Blow away your top half.
They have to do a second season. Like they have to. They left.
Maybe.
Maybe this is anime. You never know. All right.
Oh god.
They stopped
do
Hunter
this.
Hunter before Hunter even began. The whole thing was about how he wants to find his dad, and then like they end it.
Yeah.
As soon as he does, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Prepare to be disappointed a lot on this show, Joey. I'm just saying.
That's the beauty of this though, because like it's not just another shonen anime, you know, it's like a cool anime that I'm glad we fucking watched it. Like there's some of the coolest things that I've seen within like anime, little details with fights and stuff. And
So my question is, what exactly was going on with the Sagan?
Okay.
Like what?
So
what was his
Sagan-
plan?
Sagan got real sad after the Battle of Boston because he participated in it, and he found a D2 crystal, right? Through that, I could hear everybody's thoughts throughout the battle.
Yeah.
He
that was pretty cool.
Yeah, he could hear all their thoughts throughout the battle, and that made him so sad that he decided to kill everybody in the continent.
Yes, because he was going to seal the D2s within the continent. I don't know.
Went from
It's
real
late.
sad to killing a whole continent of people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I wasn't that far off with the hive mind thing. So are the music cards like all like the happiness? Because like, you know, they compare music to being the joy and the happiness stuff. So are music cards just like happiness and D2s are just pain? And so these are just like
No, the music cards are
representations of
just
the two?
the music. I think the music cards are just the fucking badasses who fucking, I don't know, fuck the D2s up. I don't, maybe,
They're the
I don't know.
hope.
I guess, yeah, there's the hope. They are. The music is the hope to defeat these D2s,
That's
these
the
things that
message.
invaded the earth.
Is to have hope, and that I liked. Takt has a line as he approaches Sagan, who is crucified on a purple rock, the same purple rock he touched years ago. And, and he tells me, he's like, yeah, my bad, dude. Sorry that you know, this is all happening, but actually I'm doing it to help people, because if I can bring all the D2s here and then like blow myself up and everybody else with me, then they'll all die. So, you know, I'm just bringing them here with the tuning forks, just gathering them in like sheep to the continent.
Yes.
Continent. He wants to kill a continent of people. Oh, never mind. Like, he just like, like not even like you could even start like a city. Nope, just a continent.
No,
Fuck
it's just like
this part of the globe.
it's just like a quick little genocide. Like it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
So like, do we hate him or do we hate him, right?
No, I
Still
fucking
an
hate him.
ass?
That doesn't make any sense.
He killed fucking sexy Gandalf.
Yeah, he killed Sexy. There were, well, he was gonna kill everyone anyways, I guess. So he didn't really care. That's why he didn't care about killing Takt either. He was like, whatever. And guess what? We don't find out anything about what happened to the fucking dad.
Nothing
about that.
Nothing. Like, we don't know what happened to his dad.
His dad died.
How? Why?
Because of the fucking okay, like I get what you're going at. We don't know the reasoning for why they killed the
Were
dad.
heaven and hell there? Or was that just because the D2s literally attacked and he fought in that fight, and in that fight he found the purple crystal? Or was that supposed to be an earlier city that I don't know?
I think it's an earlier city because it's after he was drawn to madness that they started using the tuning fork to draw D2's
Use the
large
tuning fork
popular
to draw
city,
him to the-
populous cities.
Okay. And so he was just testing out the tuning fork, and that's why he was destroying a bunch of cities for no reason? Like Takt?
No, I think he was just
fucking
drawing
power?
the D2s to the large populated cities.
Oh,
so
no,
that way he
my bad.
can.
He was just drawing them to the entire continent because he was just gonna
Yeah.
blow up the continent somehow.
So
Oh, no,
that's
he's in-
why there's all those D2 zones, was because that's where they came to there because
Dude.
of the tuning fork.
His whole thing is just falling apart though. Like he literally spawned more D2s.
Yeah.
Like with his rocks.
I'm so confused at his logic. Like
it doesn't make
he's like-
any fucking sense, dude.
He's just an asshole. He's just an
He's
asshole.
falling apart as a character. I was afraid of this, that they were just hyping it up this whole time. Like he has this secret motive, and then his motive is just fucking shit.
Like
He's
there's
like,
gotta
"Hey."
there's gotta be something we're missing here. Like there's gotta be like a plot point that we just glazed over because we were distracted by something, or there's gotta be a missing point. Cause there's like
Well, he was just I don't know.
You can't defend him.
He's just an
Why did
asshole.
he
I'm
do
just
that?
I'm just going with that. He's just an asshole, and he got fucking caught in his ways and what he thought was the correct thing to do, and he's just an asshole.
because like even Orpheus what was her name? The
Orpheus.
heaven and hell combo.
Yeah,
Orpheus.
Orpheus. Orpheus.
So like even she was like, yeah, I'm gonna support his mission even if people don't understand it, and then she never explains what the fucking mission is.
His mission is to trap everybody on the continent.
And she doesn't really care. That was the whole point that Destiny threw it back in her face. She's like, you don't give a shit. Like, all you want to do is protect your maestro. And I feel the same way, you know? That fight is fucking amazing when she just starts fucking throwing dukes.
I know.
And
Look at that.
like,
Oh, it was so good.
step up though, like she just, like the fucking double punch to the face. Oh yeah,
Talk no
dude.
jutsu.
I'm about it. Woo!
Bro.
Yeah, that was pretty dirty.
I'm there for that. I'm not there for the Grand Maestro's plan, but I am there for the fucking. She started punching her and roasting her so hard that
Dude, yeah.
Orpheus turns to ash.
Literally roasted her.
She roasted her so fucking hard. She's like, you've given up. Damn.
We literally, oh god, we spent the last episode gushing about how great this writing was.
But it was great
What do you
for
mean?
everybody except for the main villain's motivations. They don't make any sense.
The main
But I
villain
guess-
just got drove mad by hearing the I don't know. I think like you got, dude, I thought that whole scene with that town, that flashback, like it was like
I thought that
a
was
cool
awesome.
parallel
It
with like,
didn't
here's
tell us where
something
he
like
was.
trivia, like, oh, I have to rake the leaves. And then it's the guy going, we're doomed. The D2's like, we can't stop them, you know? And like it went through a transition because it started
Well,
with
that whole segment-
yes, we have the music cards. We are doing the work. We're fucking them up. And as that scene progressed, as that flashback progressed, it turned more and more into like, this is kind of the remaining like trivial things like, oh, I wish I could go get lit. It's like, I'm ready for the weekend and stuff. And then the next one is, holy shit, there's no hope, run away, like the D2s are too powerful, we can't stop them. So being able to hear all those thoughts throughout the crystal drove the main character mad to where he's like, dude, these guys got to be stopped. Like, and the best way to do it is for me to sacrifice like this entire area as a whole and like
Say it.
sacrifice and like lock them here. I believe it had something to do with the crystal. I don't think it was an explosion. I think that crystal was going to
Engulf everything.
yeah, kind of like, you know, expand big enough to keep everything. But
Isn't that the
again,
crystal
it's
the D2s come from though?
yeah.
That's where
So
I'm
is he
confused. Like,
just
what was
like
he gonna
that-
do once
the
they're all there?
D2s?
Because they could just fucking leave.
You know, you could just not bring the D2s there and then just have
Yeah.
people live anyways. You know, they were doing just fine.
He was just an asshole. He was corrupted by fucking like
He wanted
some wicked PTSD.
no, okay, to be fair, and this is to his benefit, I felt like I was going insane through that one segment of hearing all those voices while it just like panned around a dead city.
Yeah, that was rough.
My sister's pregnant. We got to go buy her a gift. Oh my God, we're all doomed.
What should I wear tonight? I wonder if
Yeah.
he likes beer or wine. Jesus Christ! My fucking leg!
Yeah.
My child! No! Anyway,
Yeah.
should I get popcorn tonight?
Dude, I don't know. I thought that was fucking cool. I'm all in all, I am fucking happy with this show. I thought it was a very good show.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
It
it was
was-
a great
I
show.
highly recommend
It was something that kept me guessing, like what's next? You know, like
But the
how-
answer is blow up a continent.
You know what it needed? All I wanted was like an extra 30 seconds of main villain mind.
Yeah, I needed
Just-
I feel like all his stuff, because they wanted to keep it a mystery, they just didn't explain it like until the end, and then they're like, oh shit, we gotta fucking put it in his motivation. Like, he was at this battle and then he saw the crystal thing. Yeah, make the crystal thing his like big final attack or whatever. Yeah, make the crystal thing.
Because there was like 3 moments throughout all of that where I was like, oh, I get it now. He's trying to absorb all their pain. Oh, he's sacrificing a continent. Okay, how's he?
To apparently save everyone, he had been drawing everybody to the continent. That was his big idea, but I don't understand, because when he was touching the crystal, and the crystal was growing, more D2s were coming, so it seemed like that's the opposite of the goal, right? Wouldn't you want all the D2s to get rid of them so that people could say he's crazy.
unless he I don't know.
I
I fucking loved every minute of it, but like
Okay.
there is the whole
Doesn't make
spawning of the D2 crystal where it's like it's an odd thing to throw in there.
Dude. I feel like I needed a Grand Maestro episode of like,
Yeah.
you know,
I could have done
go
for
a Grand Maestro episode, like to like maybe think about that plot like stretched out, you know, the Grand Maestro where he starts from until he can like how developing the music arts, rolling them out to the world and like doing all that, but and like capture, and then first battle he captures this purple crystal thing. He doesn't know what it is. He brings it back to one of his Symphonica base, continues to play with the creep, be the good guy or whatever like he normally was, but slowly is driven insane by this purple crystal that's inside his house or his Symphonica. No, in his crib. He brings it back to his crib.
yeah, he built his crib around the purple crystal of madness.
Yeah. And he just slowly goes insane until he's just like, oh, that's the only answer. I have to kill everybody. You know?
I would absolutely watch the prequel of this series.
I'll tell you what though, dude, it was rough that last like I don't know 10 minutes of fucking them on the beach and
Okay, wait.
like
he stabs him in the chest. He stabs.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, you're right.
Don't just walk past that. It like shoots out his back, and then they're like, "Good."
Yeah, Destiny hands Takt her fucking weapon, and he's like,
sword.
"Dab."
And I
Impale.
think that he says a line. It's one of my faves from him that he talks about. They're both talking about music, and he's like, why are you in despair? It doesn't have to be as complicated as you're making it. Music always saves people. Like, you know, like music will always save people. Like that's his whole motivation. So getting away from the Grandmaster, Takt's full character arc like makes sense. He's just had that motivation of like, music is the answer.
Yeah.
Like-
And another thing too, just before he gets stabbed, another cool thing is the Grand Maestro, he says my comedy has come to an end, you know, because he realizes he's a fucking joke.
He calls him a fucking joke. What a joke of a fucking villain. And then they turn to ash, and then they crack up and die. Oh, but she does get crushed by that giant purple thing.
That was cool.
That was cool.
Wasn't expecting that.
That was a little bit cool. And then the next thing we know, we're on the beach. It's Neon Genesis Evangelion. We're on the beach.
It's Naruto with the end of fucking Sasuke and Naruto sitting there with missing arms holding hands.
She's holding his invisible hand.
And he's humming the song. She got to hear the song, man. And
Is she gone?
yeah, I think so.
Well, then what the hell was the end credit scene? Does that mean
I
the
think
sister
that was her
said too?
spirit.
I
The
think that's
sister
like,
said,
yeah.
"Hey, the will
She
of
lives on
Cassette
with her.
and Destiny, I will carry on."
Yeah.
And that was
She lives
the
on-
homage because she has the keychain thing. So Takt and Destiny have this wonderful moment on the beach. It's to sing the song for her. And they still roast each other even in the end. And he's like, do I still need to explain everything to you? And she's like, but Maestro, like, what are you doing, idiot? Or some shit like that. And he's like, I'm going to take a nap. She's like, yeah, good night. And you do that. Oh my God,
boom,
dude.
it
I'm
turns
like,
up to her and she's fucking crying. And the music swells. And everything is like, oh God, did Takt just die?
mm-hmm.
And she's like, crying over him, the same, almost a mirror kind of image to Titan and her. I want to Photoshop that. Put Titan upside down on top of her, so they almost a mirror image of that. And she's crying, and she tells him that she loves him.
Gives him a kiss, holds his hand, which was kind of cool. Type thing where she fucking fades away. I think she gave up the rest of her life force to let Takt live. And not crying, you guys are. And yeah, she disappears, dude. I was not expecting her to like dude, I thought Takt died and she was gonna live, but that was not the case.
She pieces out forever.
Leaves behind the change, the sister then at the end, which like just before we like go to that sister scene, another thing too was it was really cool that like that little flashback of Takt, not really flashback, but like Takt being able to see Cassette off, like her spirit finally go to rest, you know, at like the 2008 mark. And that's where like we see the thing. It's like, I think it was their life forces finally like, you know, going their separate way. That was like an internal thing where it's Cassette and Takt, and Cassette's spirit leaves, and then it flashes back to Takt holding the keychain of Cassette, which I think that was on her weapon.
And the next thing we have is Lottie running in and saying, hey, he's still alive. He's unconscious. Get him in the tank. And that's where he is now.
And we all know Lottie wasn't running in. Oh man.
Wow.
Where's Joey on that one? Hi, Joey.
Hello, Joey.
Wow.
So, fast forward to December 22nd, 2047, a couple months later. Cool thing that like makes me kind of convinced that there is going to be a second season. I think there might be one. I think we're right on there being a second season.
Know, dude.
And more to come.
Wait. The thing about anime that's fun is that sometimes they just take 7 years to make a second season. So, yeah.
This is true.
I was looking into it, and apparently the anime was specifically made for the sake of promoting their video game.
Those bastards.
So there's a really good chance that we're not going to get a second season, because I think this just might be a little.
This was an ending. I think that it should have ended with Takt's death, and then I would have liked to see Destiny live on, but also I understand if she just faded away too, because she was feeding off his life energy, and it had all run out.
So that's, I guess that explains then with you bringing up that game aspect to it, which I'm going to have to check that out. You got me interested, okay?
Yeah.
I think
as long as it's not paywalled, I'd play it.
It's a music game though? Like,
huh?
Honestly, I think we'll get all the answers in the game.
At 2053, it says intermittent D2 attack on the East Coast is yet to end. So like on the East Coast, there's still like D2s fucking shit up. And this is like months after. So like that's probably a setting for the game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going through
I'm currently reading about like, is there going to be a season 2 theories and like about the anime?
I think that they're going to just let this be a thing for a while. They just ended this series.
From what I'm reading about it right now, that this was just literally supposed to be like a promotional thing for the video game, and it just turned out way better than anybody imagined. And so they're just like, I don't think unless the game becomes very popular, there's not going to be a season 2.
Dude, you know what? What a perfect first like series for us to watch here on
Yeah.
Nerds Declassified.
That's gonna wrap-
Absolutely, it was great.
This is our first series we're finishing for now. We're
For
gonna
now.
say that every time we finish the series. For now.
For now.
Never know.
No, yeah, it's good if you accept it for what it is, which is it is a beautiful little diamond in the rough that was not meant to be what it was.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
Okay.
So what I really want to know is the game going to be a prequel or a sequel, or is it going to be just basically playing through the show?
It's gonna be playing through the show.
I think it's gonna be probably Music Hearts fighting D2s and like whole introduction into the Music Heart Symphonica world.
Maybe that's why they had
fighting
so
these
many
D2s.
detailed side music arts. You know, like that was the thing is that really, you know, it really shocks me when they go out of their way to put people and design into like non-speaking lines or whatever. You know, like they were all unique. They had different powers, you know. I really would love to play the marching band girl in a sort of like Dynasty Warriors type setting.
Oh, dude, Dynasty Warriors, or like I could see like a Final Fantasy type, like
a deep RPG,
like turn base, like
okay, yeah, I could see
Fire Emblem, more Fire Emblem. That's like the style of game.
Oh,
Like I could see it being something like that, where you've going up a bunch of D2s, you have all these cool music art characters, and
Yeah,
Well, it's going to be a mobile game, so
oh shit.
oh fuck,
No, those sell big in Asia. I understand why they're doing it.
dude. You know what? I'll play the mobile game. I'm with it.
I think it's going to be I'm guessing it's going to be a story-based game where you like make decisions and then things happen based on the decisions that you make.
Like a Fire Emblem type thing, dude.
And that ends our review of Takt Op Destiny. Well, once again, thank you all for listening. And if you've made it this far into Nerds Declassified, there's plenty more for that's gonna come out for us once we figure.
You want to talk about the future
series
at all? Do we?
We're
release
gonna do
like
Platinum End, right?
Yeah, I believe we're gonna continue on now doing Platinum End.
Yep, that's the an announcement. That's we're doing that one next. We all have deep connections to Death Note. As that was like the original podcast of this. This idea came.
All of us growing up together, fucking watching it at like my house or Joey's house or Rook's house, and just vibing.
We're going into Platinum End, which is the light side version of that. So let's go check it out. It should be a lot gorier. I just want to say up top, I could have used with a lot more blood and guts, as always. That's it from us on Talk to Op Destiny. Obviously, we're talking about different shows already. Thank you so much for listening. Catch us next time on Nerds Declassified Anime Survival Guide. Max, do you want to say anything as like a bye-bye?
I don't know. Have a good one. Thanks for sticking around, and see you next episode.
Joey?
Birds aren't real and don't trust the government.
All right.
You used that last week, coward.